This video will explain how to unlock and complete the Lake Temple altars in Coral Island. I will also share some tips and tricks I've learned from my own playthrough, and at the end, I will talk about a free tracker that I made that will help you track your progress and ensure that you don't forget anything. You don't want to be in winter season only to find out that you need something from fall. Do know that since this is meant to be a complete guide, I will showcase all the items you need and some alternative ways to get these items if possible. So there will be some spoilers. It might be fun to figure all of this out for yourself, especially if it's your first playthrough, so keep that in mind. But if you want a quick and easy way to complete the temple, or you want to try to complete it faster on your next playthrough, then keep watching. The Lake Temple in Coral Island can be unlocked after you've finished the quest Mythical Dream, which will be given to you on your 7th day in the game. The temple is located in the northeast corner of the map near the lake, and if you've been following the main quests, the goddess should speak to you when you go there and let you access the first altar. There are 4 altars in this area. Each altar requires 6 offerings each, and each offering will require 4 to 6 items. Completing the offerings will unlock fast travel, let you access more areas in the map, and it will increase your town rank, so it is best to complete this as soon as you can. Completing 18 offerings will also unlock the savannah, which is a whole new area to explore. At first, you will only be able to access the crop altar. You need to complete 1 offering to unlock the catch altar, then 2 offerings to unlock the advanced altar, and 3 offerings to unlock the rear altar. We will go through these altars one by one, but let's talk about general tips first. Once you've unlocked the Lake Temple, the items that you need to offer to it will have a mark on their icon. If the item has a grayed out mark, it means that you need it for the altar. The icon will have a color like this once you have offered that item already. Make sure to keep any items you see with a grayed out altar icon. Also, some items here will only be accessible to you once you reach a certain town rank. If you need help with that, I made a separate guide on how to increase your town rank, which I will link below. For now, let's look at the first altar. The crop altar is fairly easy to complete. The essential resources offering can be completed just by clearing some debris and trees in your farm. The spring, summer, fall, and winter Sasugen bundles consists of items you can forage or grow during those specific seasons. My main advice here would be to check for the seeds that you can buy from Sam's general store at the start of the season, and ensure to prioritize planting the ones that you need for the altar. Let's focus on some items that you might have trouble with. The sunflower, rice, and tea leaf that you need to offer should be at least bronze quality, but it will be accepted if you offer silver quality or more. To ensure that you get at least bronze quality, make sure to put fertilizers for those crops specifically. Pumpkin seeds can only be bought after you've reached town rank E. Then, for the winter crops, you need to be at least town rank C. I think it's fairly easy to reach town rank E, but even if you are not yet in rank C by winter, you can actually still get snowdrop and tea. If you plant wild seeds in winter, they will become tea, so save your wild seeds until winter for this. Snowdrop seeds will be rewarded to you after donating 140 items to the museum, so be sure to keep those as well. The last offering for the crop altar is the ocean scavengeables. The sea salt can be foraged anywhere in the ocean. The eastern oyster and blue mussel can be found at around 20 to 30 meters deep or the silver kelp area. The green sea urchin can be found at 40 to 50 meters deep or the gold kelp area, while the king scallop can be found at 50 to 60 meters deep or the osmium kelp area. This means that you need to heal a lot of ocean sites to complete this offering. To help you with this, make sure to upgrade your scythe at the blacksmith. You can also craft or buy vertexinators from the lab, which will help a lot in clearing up the trash. The next is the catch altar. The offerings here will require different kinds of fish, insect, and critter that you can get from different locations, seasons, weather, and time of the day. Upgrade your fishing rod and bug net, then use a bait, an insect scent, or a critter scent to catch those easier. Then, pay close attention to the loot you get from mystery rocks that spawn in the mines. These will sometimes drop the fish, insects, and critters you need for the altar. There are several items you can utilize to help you further. The bamboo net will help you catch fish passively. The small bamboo net can be unlocked at fishing level 3, while the large bamboo net can be unlocked at fishing level 7. The only difference is that the small one can only hold one fish, while the large can hold 3 fish of the same type. You can also place baits in these to increase your chances of catching fish. This item, however, will not catch legendary fish. Then we have traps which can passively catch insects and crawlers. Like the bamboo net, you can also place scents in the traps to increase your chances of catching something. The ground insect trap can be unlocked at catching level 3, the crawler trap at level 5, the flying insect trap at level 6, and the float trap at level 8. The ground and flying insect trap is used on lands for insects, while the crawler and float trap is used underwater for critter. All these nets and traps can only catch critters that can be caught in the area where you placed it, so make sure to leave some on the areas where you can catch the ones that you need for the altar. You can also develop a sturdy computer from the laboratory. This will cost a lot of money and resources, but this will allow you to develop components for catching, fishing, and foraging. Once you develop these components, the computer will display which insects, critters, fish, and forageables you can get for a given day. So if it's a sunny day, the computer will show which items you can get during a sunny weather. But if it's raining, it will show the items you can get during rainy weather. It will also show which location and what time you can get it. It is extremely helpful, and I recommend you invest in this computer not just for completing the altars, but also for completing the museum. The third altar is called the Advanced Altar. For the barn and coop animals, you just need to remember that you need to reach Town Rank E to buy duck and sheep, then Town Rank D for goat. For the basic cooking offering, you need to upgrade your house to stage 2 to get a kitchen. The cooking utensils can be bought from socket and pan. Here are the recipes that you will need to make. For the sunny side eggs, you need to cook egg in a skillet. For smoothie, place any fruit in a blender. For grilled fish, put any fish in a grill, or you can also buy it from the beach shack in spring, fall, and winter. For onigiri, you need rice and seasoning set. And for tomato soup, you need tomato and a pot. Make sure to plant and keep tomato from the summer season and rice from fall season. The basic artisan offering is easy enough as long as you are able to craft the artisan machines. Just place any fruit in a keg for fruit juice, any milk in a mason jar for butter, any vegetable in a mason jar for pickle, any scavengeable in a dehydrator for dried scavengeable, and any egg in a mayonnaise machine for mayo. The fruit plant offering is quite difficult, but if you reach Town Rank E by spring or summer, make sure to plant dragon fruit and rambutan right away. Those are the only 2 saplings available at Town Rank E. The rest of the saplings here require you to be at Town Rank C. When you do reach Rank C, ensure to plant the required sapling that's in season immediately, since you need to give at least 5 items for this offering. You can also plant saplings in the greenhouse regardless of the season if you already have it. This offering also requires the item to be at least silver quality. If you get a lower quality one, I suggest you still keep it in your inventory until you can get a slime of transmutation. The recipe for this machine can be learned by reaching combat level 8, and it can transform a lower quality item to a higher quality item. For example, if I place a bronze star rose in the machine, it will turn into silver star quality after processing. For the monster drop offering, you'll have an abundance of 4 of these items when you fight monsters in the mines. However, the Batwing is very elusive. I've found that the best chance to get it is by slaying the bat monsters located in floors 11 to 40 of the fire mines. I just grinded on those levels looking specifically for the bat monsters until I could complete the bat wings needed. I'm sorry I cannot give any better tip for this because I also had a hard time with it. Feel free to comment if you have a better idea on how to get bat wings easily. The fourth and last altar is the rare altar. The only one that is easy to complete here is the rare resources offering. For the rare crops, you need to reach as high as town rank B to be able to buy all the seeds required. Don't forget to fertilize the seeds you will plant for these crops and use a slime of transmutation to get some of them to osmium quality if needed. The precious gems offerings can be completed by processing geodes at the blacksmith or by randomly finding gems while mining in the cavern. If by winter you still have not completed this offering, go to the gift shop during the winter fair, which is held from winter 17 to 21. You will be able to buy rose quartz and pink crystal, which are uncommon gems, and diamond, which is a super rare gem. For the rare artisan offering, don't forget to forage and save Titan Arum from fall. You need to process it in a bee house to get Titan Arum black honey. Place white truffle from a pig in an oil press to get the oil. Place a goat cheese wheel in an aging barrel to get fermented goat cheese wheel. Place any pickled vegetable in an aging barrel to get kimchi, and place any fruit juice in an aging barrel to get wine. Last but not the least is the rare cooking offering. I will put the recipes that you need to make the items needed, but you really just need to focus on Essendol. To cook one, you need a syrup, and I also needed to search how to make syrup because it was hard to figure out. To make one, you need to place a sugar cane in a cheese press. Don't forget to save a sugar cane from spring to complete this. Note that you also need rice flour for the recipe, so save rice from spring. For all the other recipes, you can make it yourself using the recipes on the screen, or you can use alternative ways to get it. Vegan tacos are sold from Emma's Taco Truck. Serabi can be bought from Fish and Sips during spring, summer, and fall. Pad Thai can be bought from the New Year Festival booth on the last day of winter. And the apple pie can be rewarded to you by placing second at the apple bobbing contest during the Harvest Festival in fall. Overall, you can see that you need to remember a lot of things to complete the offerings as fast as possible, and it's very easy to forget about something, especially if it's not apparent, like needing sugarcane for a syrup. This is why I made digital and printable trackers that you can view per altar or per season. You can find this by clicking on the link below, and I will briefly discuss what each one contains. For the digital version, I used a site called Notion. In order to use it, you need to click on the link that will be provided, then sign up for Notion if you don't already have an account. Duplicate the template provided to your workspace so you can use the filters and checkboxes. Then, make sure to wait until Notion notifies you that the template is ready. This template also includes the Guardian Mural altar, which was not discussed in this video, but it is an additional altar that gets unlocked later in the game. I separated it from the first 4 altars to avoid spoilers. Just click on the link, then it will take you to the master list. It shows the altar, offering, items you need with the required quantity and amount. Then it also shows the season where you can get the item, town rank requirement if any, the source of the item, and any additional notes. Then you can filter this further by season or by altar. Let's look at an example from spring. This lists all the items that you can get during the spring season. Let's say you already caught koi. This is a fish that can be caught during spring and summer. Just click on the checkbox, then it will automatically go to the bottom of the list, and when you look at the summer tab, the koi will no longer be there too. For the recipes, I also indicated the season where you might need to plant a crop if you don't have a greenhouse yet. For example, Essendol recipe needs sugarcane and rice, so I put the season as spring and fall because those crops can be planted on those respective seasons. The recipes from the Guardian Mural are more complicated, so for that one I separated the recipe per item, so you would tick off the items instead of the recipe. If this tracker sounds helpful to you, then click on the link below to download your free copy. The paid version has pictures and icons and some additional tips and alternative ways to get the items, but I also discussed those things in this video. And rest assured that the free version should have all the basic information that you need to. If you prefer having a hard copy of your lists, I also made the printable version, but this will only show the altar, offering, item quality and amount needed, the season where you can get the item, and the town rank requirement. The printable version can be printed per altar or per season. Do note that you need to manually check off the duplicate items per seasons for this one. There is also a separate file for the Guardian Mural tracker. If you want to see more Coral Island guides and trackers, then don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you'll be notified when the next one comes out. Check out this next video if you want to have some company while playing this game. Thank you for watching!